All right, DT, thanks for joining us for the third Ascension Charity Classic here. You are a former champion. Just being back in St. Louis, what does it mean to be back here and hopefully get another one?
Well, I mean, obviously it's a special spot for me, winning the first one, and I don't know if I snuck up on them that year or not. You know, nobody had seen the golf course and didn't know what to expect, and so we just all went out and played, and I kind of made a run there on the back nine to be able to win. But I haven't been out on the golf course yet this year. I look forward to this afternoon seeing what it's all about, and it's great. I saw Nick Ragone a little while ago, and it's the first time I'd seen him this week, and we talked a little bit about the tournament, and obviously we got blessed with some good weather this week, and which is nice. So it should be a fun event.
What does this tournament mean to the tour, just from a charitable aspect, just the fan engagement overall?
Well, first of all, I think it's a big event for this community. I know it's a big sports town, and they've, the crowds have really supported this event since we started it. And, all the players really enjoy this event. Old style golf course, a beautiful old clubhouse. People are very nice. And here we are in the middle of the country. And, and a good time for sports this time of year with, baseball getting close to playoffs and college football, NFL starting. So a lot of people are paying attention to sports. And, just to be a part of that mix, I think this tournament is very popular, obviously in the community, but everybody's positioning themselves for the playoffs and trying to move up to give themselves a chance in the Schwab Cup. So, I look forward to this week.
It's no secret your relationship with Sam Burns, just how proud of you of him making the team. And
yeah, very excited for Sam. We text right after. I kind of had a preview. I played with Stricker 3 days in Flint, and we talked about it. And he said it looks good that for Sam to get a pick. And we went through all the scenarios and everything. So maybe I knew more than he did. So, but no, I'm very happy for him. I'm excited for him to have his first experience at the Ryder Cup, and kind of jealous I'm not over there, a part of it myself. So, I talked to my son yesterday. He was trying to figure out a way to get over there for it, and I'm like, hey, maybe you should just wait till Bethpage. So, but no, it's an exciting time for Sam for sure.
Staying on that subject, David, what do you make of Donald's picks?
I haven't really paid that much attention to it. I think there was one that was maybe a little controversial. I think the Morant kid that's played really well, and obviously won on that golf course was the one that sticks out. But I didn't really. It's just about how everybody performs anyway that week, and obviously he felt good about having a little bit more experience in there and guys that had been there before, it looks like. So, I'm sure it'll be a great competition.
You played 3 Ryder Cups. What's your standout memory of it?
I just remember the first one trying to tee off at the Belfry on the first hole. I looked at my caddy, Scott, and I was like, I'm not sure I can tee the ball up. I was so nervous. And he said, well, I'll do it for you, but I'm pretty nervous myself. So I birdied the first hole of the Ryder Cup, my first Ryder Cup, and that kind of settled the nerves, and went on to play pretty well that week.
Winning here and playing a couple of times, what have you learned about this golf course? What do you need to do well here?
Well, it helps to get it in the fairway. The rough has been fairly penal. Not so much that you can't hit shots out of it, but it's hard to judge your distance. And it's a good old golf course where you need to stay below the hole. A lot of slope back to front on the greens, and so above the hole is not a good spot. It's just a good test. It's a lot like the golf courses that we all played our careers on and cut our teeth on growing up and everything. And so, I'm hoping that it'll firm up a little bit. I'd heard the golf course was a little soft in the Pro-Am yesterday, which is surprising with the weather they've had. So, hopefully it'll firm up a little bit, play a little bit shorter, and a lot like it did the first year.
You've had some nice steady finishes in your last 3 outings, 3 top 10s. What are you liking about your game right now at present?
Overall consistency's been pretty good. The putter's been very consistent lately. Need to hit the driver a little bit better, certainly, to have a chance to win golf tournaments. So I've been working on that, and I'm hoping that pays off.
A lot of changes in golf in general. We don't have to talk about the entire picture, but strictly for the Champions Tour, how do you see that impacting, whether it be positive or just in the growth of the game moving forward?
Well, I don't see why it's not a positive that golf has been in the media and been talked about, whether you know, that's whether it's live stuff, whether it's Ryder Cup, you know, pick controversy, whether it's you know, Tiger coming out in a few years, whether it's, you know, a lot of different things. I mean, as long as people are talking about it, I think it's good for golf, and it's good for exposure for golf. I think we have a great product out here, a lot of good players. Seems like we have good finishes every week, especially with 3 rounds. It's really hard to distance yourself no matter how well you play. So I think our product's in a pretty good shape right now.
When you think about St. Louis in general, the BMW's coming here, the President's Cup, I mean, as a golf hub, you know, you mentioned it's a great sports town, but golf in particular seems to be growing pretty drastically in St. Louis. What is the allure of this area and the growth of the game?
Well, I mean, I think first of all, you got to think about Belle Reve. It's a great venue. I mean, I was just over that way last night for dinner, and when I drove past it, it just looks like it's an important place, right? It looks like it has a place in golf. And then you take a club here at Norwood Hills where we play this tournament. I think it's done a lot for this local community right here, and certainly the fans turn out and support it. So I just think it shows that St. Louis is a good sports town, whether it's professional sports. You know, you're positioned right in the middle of the country, you know, and there's a lot of eyes on this area, and you know, this time of year with the Cardinals and you know, things like that. But you know, for us, it's all about golf, and it's all about this tournament, and I think we do a really good job in this community supporting it and giving back to charity.
Thanks, TT.
All right.